The room holds its shape without clarity, without blur. Sound stays present, not asking, not guiding. The body rests in position, not settling, not shifting. Outside feels distant, but still there. Objects remain untouched as they were left. Breathing stays slow, in, out, without notice. Nothing needs to be finished right now. Nothing needs to be finished, and that feels fine. Thoughts appear less often. When they do, they pass easily. Attention no longer holds tightly, it stays without effort. Time feels wide again, not measured, not planned. Everything stays optional. Nothing needs to be finished without urgency. Nothing needs to be finished and works out. The voice remains internal, barely present. Words don't connect, they surface, then dissolve. All moments don't accumulate, they clear as they move on. The flow stays usable because nothing demands closure. Groove section, a slow pattern repeats, soft, even. Sound stays beside the body, never ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to settle. Distance feels gentle, not near, not far. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing pulls focus. The setting feels permissive without explanation. Nothing needs to be finished, still relaxed. Nothing needs to be finished and remains. What comes later stays undefined, not delayed, just irrelevant. Sound keeps a warm tone, present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed, second groove section. The pattern returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases. Nothing signals sleep, nothing suggests the next step. Nothing needs to be finished without lifting, without pushing. Nothing needs to be finished and stay. The room feels this starts to siphon. The room feels less defined, I just burst slightly. Sounds less consistent, but lighter. The body releases tension without noticing. Posture adjusts on its own, no instruction needed. Outside noise fades further, neck on, just distant. Breathing slows gently in, out, without notice. The focus starts to soften. Thoughts lose their sharpness, they drift without direction. Our attention widens briefly, then settles again. Time feels less linear, more open, less exact. Everything stays acceptable. The focus starts to soften without urgency. The focus starts to soften inwards. The voice remains internal, almost silent. Words don't complete, they dissolve midway. Then the stones stack, they loosen as they pass. The flow remains visible because nothing tightens. Precision, again a pattern repeats, soft, unforced. Sound stays beside the body, ever ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to drift. Distance feels abstract, not near, not far. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing pulls focus. This setting feels forgetting without explanation. The focus starts to soften, still relaxed. The focus starts to soften and remains. What comes next doesn't matter, yet not postponed, just distant. Sound keeps the warmth on present, but the strain. Breathing continues and notice, second goes section. The pattern returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases, nothing signals sleep, nothing suggests. Only the focus remains. Nothing has to end, nothing has to begin. The body stays where it is now, waiting, not moving. Outside feels far enough to stop noticing. Objects lose their edges, becoming shapes. Breathing stays slow, in, out, without notice. Only the focus remains without pressure. Only the focus remains and feels like time no longer stretches, it simply continues. Attention rests in one place without effort. No thought interrupts, no silence stands out. Everything stays usable. Only the focus remains without urgency. Only the focus remains and works. The voice stays internal, barely present. Words appear, then soften, then disappear. Moments don't collect, they clear. As they pass, the flow stays functional because nothing competes. Groove section, a quiet pattern repeats. Soft, unmarked sound stays beside the body, never ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to blend. Distance feels irrelevant, not near, not far. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing pulls focus. The setting feels still without explanation. Only the focus remains. Oh, what comes later stays undefined, not delayed, just absent. Sound keeps a warm tone present, but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the pattern returned unchanged. Silence rests between phrases, nothing signals sleep, nothing suggests closure. Only the focus remains, without lifting, without pushing. Only the focus remains and stays. The room fades, the sound stays, the focus stays a while longer. The night stays at the edge, not close, not far. Sound continues evenly, already settled. The body remains upright, not preparing to rest. Outside noise thins out without disappearing. Objects keep their outline, nothing reaches for them. Breathing stays steady in, out without notice. The night keeps its distance without pressure. The night keeps its distance and feels calm. Time no longer counts hours, it stretches quietly. Attention stays gathered, not tight, not loose. No thought takes the lead, no rest takes over. Everything stays balanced. The night keeps its distance without urgency. The night keeps its distance and words. The night keeps its distance. Remains internal, barely formed. Words appear briefly, then soften and clear. Moments don't stack, they dissolve as they pass. The flow stays usable because it doesn't insist. Groove section, the soft pattern repeats, even unforced. Sound stays beside the body, never ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to blend. Distance feels intentional, not measured, just present. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing pulls focus. The setting feels steady without explanation. Keeps its distance, still relaxed. The night keeps its distance and relaxed. The night keeps its distance. What comes later stays undefined, not delayed, just distant. Sound keeps a warm tone present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the pattern returns unchanged. After the lights stay on, the legs remain on. Night may not dim, still stays where it was, unchanged. Down and out, the body hasn't settled yet, but it isn't moving. Outside becomes quieter without stopping. Objects stay where they were left, nothing reaches for them. Breathing stays slowing out without notice. After the lights stay on, this time continues. After the lights stay on, it feels crowded. Time moves without purpose, no plots get touched. Attention drifts gently, then rests on nothing. No plan steps forward, no risk takes over. Everything stays optional. After the lights stay on, without urgency. After the lights stay on, then works. The voice remains internal, barely shaped. Words don't arrive fully, they fade before forming. Moments that collect, they soften as they pass. The fluid stays usable because it doesn't insist. Groove section, quiet rhythm of peace. Sockets regular, sound stains beside the body, never ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to bend. Distance feels irrelevant, like we're not far. Nothing sharp interrupts, nothing falls focus. The setting feels neutral without explanation. After the lights stay on, still the lights. After the lights stay on, remains. What comes later stays undefined. Of those phone just open. Sound keeps a one tone present. The restraint breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the rhythm returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases. Nothing signals sleep, nothing suggests an ending. Stay on it, I'll lift it without pushing. After the lights stay on, stay. The room stays awake, the sound stays awake, the light stays open for a while. La da 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 do 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 do. La da da do do do. La da da do do do. La da da do 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 do. La da da do do do. The light hasn't changed yet, but it will later. Sound stays at the same level, not preparing, not closing. The body remains where it is, no shift, no signal. Outside noise softens slightly without disappearing. Objects stay untouched, as if waiting but not asking. Breathing stays even it out without notice. Before the evening decides, this moment stays open. Before the evening decides and feels enough. Time loosens its edges gradually without cue. Attention floats between thoughts, then settles on nothing. No plan moves forward, no rest takes over. Everything stays possible. Before the evening decides, without urgency. Before the evening decides and works. The voice remains internal, barely shakes. drift and clear. Moments don't stack, they soften as they pass. The flow remains usable because it doesn't insist. Groove section, a quiet rhythm repeats, soft, unenforced. Sound stays beside the body, never ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to settle. Distance feels less important, not far, not near. Nothing sharp appears, nothing pulls focus. The setting feels calm without explanation. The setting feels calm without explanation. The setting feels calm without explanation. Setting feels calm without explanation. Before the evening decides, still relax. Before the evening decides and remains. Before the evening decides, what comes next stays undefined. Not to say, just open. Sound keeps a warm tone present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the rhythm returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases. Nothing signals night, nothing suggests an end. Before the evening decides, without lifting, without pushing. Before the evening decides and stays. The light lingers, the sound lingers, the moment lingers a little longer. The room feels available but unused for now. Sound stays where it is, neither fading nor leading. The body finds a place to rest, not sitting, not standing. The bag remains unopened, nothing inside has to be used. Light settles on familiar shapes without highlighting them. Breathing slow, slightly in, out without counting. Nothing starts right away and that feels fine. Nothing starts right away and holds. Time spreads without instruction, no plan attached. Attention loosens its grip, then lets go. No task has to begin, no thought claims priority. Everything stays optional. Nothing starts right away without urgency. Oh, nothing starts right away and works. The voice stays internal, unexpressed. Words don't assemble, they drift, then clear. Moments don't demand meaning, they pass and soften. The flow remains usable because nothing interrupts it. A quiet pattern repeats, soft, regular. Sound rests beside the body, not in front. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to blend. Distance no longer matters, not measured, not relevant. Nothing sharp enters, nothing pulls focus. The setting feels gentle without explanation. Nothing starts right away, still relax. No, nothing starts right away, still relax. Nothing starts right away, remain. Duration feels light, not empty, not full. Sound keeps a warm tone, present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the pattern returns unchanged. signals action. Nothing starts right away without lifting, without pushing. Nothing starts right away and stays. The moment settles, the sound settles, the evening settles without instruction. The door is nearby, but not important yet. Sound stays in place, right where it is. Keys placed in the pocket, not reaching, not forgotten. The back touches the floor gently, without sound. The body pauses briefly, then stays still. Breathing remains even in, out, without notice. Before taking the headphones off, this moment stays. Before taking the headphones off, and feels enough. Outside noise fades naturally, inside stays quiet. Nothing has to continue, nothing has to stop. Time loosens its shape without effort. Everything feels settled. Before taking the headphones off, without urgency. Before taking the headphones off, and it works. Before taking the headphones off, without urgency. Before taking the headphones in, and it works. Inside, barely formed. Words don't complete themselves, they drift then clear. Moments don't stack, they soften as they pass. The flow remains usable because it doesn't insist. Ooh, groove section, a soft rhythm repeats loose, unforced. The sound stay close, never leading. Nothing fills the pause, they remain. Continue long enough to settle. Distance no longer matters. Not far, not near. Nothing sharp interrupts, nothing pulls attention. The setting feels calm without explanation. Ooh. Before taking the headphones off, still relax. Before taking the headphones off and remain. Second groove section, the rhythm returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases, nothing signals an ending, nothing suggests the next step. Before taking the headphones off, without lifting, without pushing. Before taking the headphones off and stay. The street grows quieter, but not silent, not yet. Sound stays with the body at the same distance. Familiar corners appear without calling attention. The bag shifts slightly, then settles again. The pace remains unchanged. unchanged, even as surroundings thin. Breathing stays calming out without notice. Almost there, still moving without hurry. Almost there, still moving comfortable. Attention floats between places here and soon. Nothing has to be finished, nothing opens the next step. Time stretches gently without shame. Everything feels enough. Almost there, still moving without urgency. Almost there, still moving and works. The voice stays inside, barely formed. Words don't settle, they pass, then clear. Moments don't stack, they leave space as they go. The flow stays usable because it doesn't insist. Soft, unforced, sound walks alongside, never ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to blend. Distance feels familiar, but not counted. Nothing sharp appears, nothing pulls focus. The setting feels gentle without explanation. Almost there, still moving, still relaxed. Almost there, still moving and remains. What's being carried stays balanced, not heavy, not light. Sound keeps a warm tone present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the rhythm returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases. Nothing signals arrival, nothing suggests stopping. Almost there, still moving without lifting, without pushing. Almost there, still moving and stays. The street softens, the sound softens. The moment stays, not finished yet. Before the dark comes into view, the street keeps its tone. Nothing narrows yet, nothing opens. Sound stays nearby, not guiding, just there. The bag rests against the side, not swinging, not still. Windows pass without reflection. Just color, just shape. The body keeps its balance without correction. Breathing moves evenly in, out without notice. This time stays in between without decision. This time stays in between and feels easy. Attention drifts forward, then settles back. Nothing has to be concluded, nothing waits to begin. Time feels wide here, unmarked, unshaped. Everything remains enough. This time stays in between without urgency. This time stays in between and works. arrange themselves, they pass, then clear. Moments don't collect, they dissolve as they move on. The flow stays usable because it doesn't insist. Groove section, a soft pattern repeats, loose, regular. Sound follows the body, not the route. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to settle. Distance feels familiar but not counted. Nothing sharp interrupts, nothing pulls focus. The setting stays kind without asking anything. This time stays in between, still relax. This time stays in between and remains. What's being carried stays balanced in the arm, in the hand. Sound keeps a warm color present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed, second groove section. The pattern returns unchanged. Silence rests between lines. This time stays in between, without lifting, without pushing, and stays in between and stays. The street continues, the sound continues, the moment continues. Just before home, road continues evenly, no turn yet, no signal. Sound stays at the same distance, already familiar. Footsteps blend with the street, not counted, just present. Shops thin out gradually, colors soften as they pass. The bag moves with the arm naturally, without effort. Breathing stays calm in, out, without notice. Still on the way back, without hurry. Still on the way back and comfortable. Tension floats lightly between here and later. Nothing asks to be finished, nothing waits ahead. Time stretches quietly across the same lane. Everything stays enough. Still on the way back, without urgency. Still on the way back and words, oh. The voice stays inside, barely shake. Words don't line up, they drift and disappear. Moments don't stack, they pass cleanly. The flow stay usable because it doesn't insist. Groove section, a gentle rhythm repeats, soft unmarked. Sound moves alongside, never ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to settle. Distance feels familiar, not measured, just known. Nothing sharp appears, nothing pulls focus. The setting stays relaxed without explanation. Still on the way back, still relaxed. stays balanced, not shifting, not heavy. Sound keeps a warm tone present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the rhythm returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases. Nothing signals arrival, nothing suggests haste. Still on the way back, without lifting, without pushing. Still on the way back, and stay. Sound continues, the day continues, almost home. The bag settles at the side. Nothing shifts, nothing presses. Sound stays in place, already playing without notice. Paper brushes against paper, a soft sound. Then still, the handle rests in the hand, neither tight nor loose. The street keeps its shape after stopping, after moving. Breathing finds a quiet line and uncounted. The weight feels right without adjustment. The weight feels right and stays. Colors pass at the edge. Your windows lose their names. Attention moves inward, then outward gently. Time doesn't ask to be used. It keeps going at one width. Everything feels sufficient. The weight feels right without urgency. The weight feels right and works. The voice remains low, almost thought. Phrases don't gather, they pass, then clear. Moments don't linger, they make space as they go. The flow stays usable because it doesn't insist. Groove section, a small pattern repeats, soft, regular. Sound follows the motion, not leading. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to blend. Distance feels familiar, not measured, just known. Nothing sharp interrupts, nothing pulls focus. The setting stays kind without asking. The weight feels right, still relaxed. The weight feels right and remains. What's carried keeps balance in the hand, in the arm. Sound keeps a warm tone present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the pattern returns unchanged. Silence rests between lines. Nothing signals arrival, nothing suggests hurry. The weight feels right without lifting, without pushing. The weight feels right and stays. The street continues, the sound continues, the day continues on the way. The paper folds once then again. nothing else to check. Sound stays close, not guiding, just present. What was needed is already here. Nothing extra, nothing missing. The basket feels steady, balanced without effort. The street feels unchanged even after stopping. Breathing stays calm and out without notices. This moment feels complete without emphasis. This moment feels complete and stays light. Shops fade into distance. Names lose meaning as they pass. Attention shifts inward gently without closing. Time no longer counts tasks, it stretches softly. Everything feels enough. This moment feels complete without urgency. Internal words don't line up, they drift and disappear. Moments don't repeat, they dissolve as they pass. The flow remains usable because it doesn't insist. Groove section, a soft pattern repeats even unmarked. Sound moves alongside, not ahead. Nothing fills the gaps, they remain. This continues long enough to settle. Distance to home feels shorter, not measured, just familiar. Nothing sharp appears, nothing pulls focus. The setting feels kind without explanation. This moment feels complete, still relaxed, completed. This moment feels complete and remains. What's being carried feels right in weight, in shape. Sound keeps a warm color present, but restrained. Breathe continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the pattern returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases. Nothing signals arrival, nothing suggests hurry. Breathe, this moment feels complete without lifting, without pushing. This moment feels complete and stays. The bag is lighter, the street is quieter. The sound continues almost home. Nothing is being chosen, nothing stands apart. Sound remains available at a steady level. The body continues evenly. No decision made, no direction preferred. Small actions occur, then clear without attachment. The surface responds the same way each time without bias. Breathing stays regular in, out, without notice. Nothing is being chosen at this point. Nothing is being chosen, and it works. Attention moves lightly, not fixed, not scattered. No sound has to be followed, no silence has to be filled. Time stretches as one field, unbroken, unmarked. Everything stays accessible. Nothing is being chosen at the same level. Nothing is being chosen and holds. The voice remains internal, never projecting outward. lines appear independently. They don't agree, they don't compete. Moments resolve immediate, leaving no trace. The flow stays functional because it doesn't select. A neutral condition repeats without accent. Another follows without response. Nothing fills the intervals, they stay open. This continues long enough to fade. Distance feels ordinary, not framed, not evaluated. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing dissolves away. The environment maintains balance without guidance. Nothing is being chosen, still neutral, still open. Nothing is being chosen and remains. Duration feels even, neither compressed nor stretched. Sound keeps a plain texture present but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the condition returns unchanged. Silence supports it without contrast. Nothing signals preference, nothing suggests a shift. Nothing is being chosen without lifting, without pushing. Oh, nothing is being chosen and stays. The state remains, the motion remains, the sound remains ongoing. The time isn't asking anything. The clock makes no request, it simply continues. Sound stays where it is, already settled. Yeah, the body remains available, not resting, not active. Outside feels far enough to stop listening. Objects stay unsected, nothing calls attention. Breathing stays slow in, out without notice. Yeah, the time isn't asking anything right now. The time isn't asking anything, it feels calm. Thoughts arrive less clearly. When they do, they soften quickly. Attention floats without aim, then rests on nothing. No task presents itself, no rest takes over. Everything stays open. The time isn't asking anything without urgency. The time isn't asking anything, it works. The voice remains internal, barely present. Words don't assemble, they appear, then fade. Moments don't collect, they loosen as they pass. The flow stays usable because nothing competes. Groove section, a gentle pattern repeats. Soft, unforced, the sound stays beside the body, never ahead. Nothing fills the pauses, they remain. This continues long enough to drift. Distance feels abstract, not near, not far. Nothing sharp intrudes, nothing pulls focus. The setting feels permissive without explanation. The time isn't asking anything, still relaxed. Time isn't asking anything. stays undefined, not postponed, just absent. Sound keeps a warm tone present, but restrained. Breathing continues unnoticed. Second groove section, the pattern returns unchanged. Silence rests between phrases. Nothing signals sleep. Nothing suggests an ending, though the time isn't asking anything. Without lifting, without pushing, the time isn't asking anything.